Howdy and welcome back to the channel. I am Country Boy, and what do you get when you cross a big bad wolf with a big bad mean Ninja Turtle? Well, you get this. Raphael as the Wolfman by NECA. Yes, this is Whatcha Figure. Welcome back, and I am stoked to be opening up Raphael as the Wolfman. I absolutely love every figure in this line so far. Universal Monsters crossed with the TMNT, just awesome pairing, just beautiful. I know they did that back in the Playmates days. They had a whole bunch of different crossovers there too, and I love the new version, new iterations that NECA is doing. They're just doing an awesome job. So creative. I love what they've been doing with all of these guys. And you know, I love the Raphael that was Frankenstein's monster, just so cool. That used to be like my favorite monster back in the day, the Frankenstein's monster. And then, you know, I grew up and I kind of liked Wolfman more. So I'm like, now Raphael is my other favorite monster? Wow, we must have some Raphael fans at NECA because they're giving me some of the best monsters out there. And I'm looking forward to opening up this figure. So I guess, without further ado, let's get to looking at the packaging. And so here is the packaging for Raphael as the Wolfman Ultimate Action Figure. And I always love the packaging for these things. I know I've said this before, that this is like some in-house art that they do, some artists that they have. It's not actual images of the figure, it's renderings. And it looks really cool. It's got Raphael with his red bandana, and then he's obviously really furry, so he's the Wolfman. Looking really badass, looking really cool. Let's take a look at the side here. A lot of the same right there. It says Wolfman, NECA Real Toys at the bottom right there. And yeah, the same stuff as you saw on the front, but on the back you got a whole bunch of images of the figure, and he looks just really, really cool. Loving the way he looks here. Full moon frights, you better be werewolf. The Wolfman, just so cool. And then we'll take a look at the side here. There's some other figures that are in this line. I just unboxed this Leonardo, so go ahead and check out that video. I've also unboxed these other figures too. Casey Jones, just one of the best ones you'll ever find. And also Donatello and Michelangelo, just fantastic. Check out all these unboxings. I really love these figures so much. We'll go to the top here. We'll take a look. Ages 14 and up. Make sure you are of age. Choking hazard, whatnot. And then on the bottom here, give these guys the credit they deserve. They do an awesome job with these figures. And then on the inside, we'll take a look. There is an image of the figure itself looking super cool. And then there is the figure looking super cool with all his accessories. But there's nothing left to do but to get into the packaging. And here is Raphael as the Wolfman. Just ready to howl at the moon. Loving the way this guy looks. But before we get to looking at him, let's look at some of his accessories. Starting with some hands. And here we go. We got some big old fist punching hands. Got the 3 fingers like every Ninja Turtle does, with really long claws. Like I guess that would be the Wolfman in him. And they got more of a purple hue to his skin tone, which is kind of cool. It's not going to be green like the Ninja Turtle, I guess. So it's got more of the I guess, yeah, purple tone like a dog would have underneath its fur. And then there's also fur going on there, so it's got like the brown and the dark wash. Really good level of detail. Love the way that looks. And then you got these other hands here, which are going to be your weapon holding hands. Obviously it's Raphael, so he's gonna have size. And yeah, same level of detail as you saw on the other hands right there. Purples, they got the cool claws, and you got the furs. And then we'll look at the actual weapons themselves, starting with this side right here, which is basically just a bone. It looks like he took a big blade and attached it to some sort of bone with some wrappings as well too. It's a pretty cool looking thing. I'm not too sure if a bone is something specific to the Wolfman lore that I don't know about. Maybe he ate somebody and he was using it as a weapon or something like that. I'm not too sure. But this one is also like part of a bone, it looks like for this part anyways. But the same blade, but right here, this is part of his cane. I know that this is part of the Wolfman lore. He has a cane and he has a wolf head on the top. And that is 100% what that is from. And then he also has this bear trap, which again, I know this is from the Wolfman as well too, from the movie. And it does kind of function. It goes up and down, opens and closes, and it's got the chain. It got like a real chain here. It's not real metal, but it does look like it. It looks like a good, decent, like rusted, used metal. It's a good level of detail. I like this thing. Looking really good. I think it's slightly different than the one that actually came with my Wolfman. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's a little bit bigger. And then he comes with this second head right here. So the thing about translating a Ninja Turtle into a Wolfman is you can't really have the wolf nose, and that's what makes a wolf look more like a nose is their nose, which without it, it definitely looks more like a Muppet or something like that. But I understand why they wouldn't have used it, because it would lose the turtle appeal. So they kind of gotta go with the turtle mixed with a furriness and an underbite. So this one definitely has more of a Muppet look to him, but it still looks really cool. It looks awesome. I love that the teeth poking out there. Got the fur. He's got different tones of fur, like the light brown and to the dark brown at the top here. Obviously, he's got to have his bandana going around there. It's Raphael, and it does have a bit of a swivel as well too, if you want to. And look at the orange in the eyes. It's really cool. Love the way this thing looks. It is cool. And then he also comes with that head there on this figure. So let's take a look at this figure and the level of detail that he has. And yeah, just really looking cool. I'm just loving the way that they blended these Universal Monsters with these Ninja Turtles. Just looking fantastic as always. So this one has more of an open mouth. Maybe he's slightly more transformed, because it looks like he almost has like tufts of fur at the top, kind of making it look like ears a little bit. So maybe that's like mid-transformation, where this is more slightly full transformation, you could say. And I think I like this one a little bit more. I'm not too sure why he's got one eye slightly more open than the other, if that's a thing from the Wolfman that I don't know about. And also on camera, I do realize it is a lot more glossy looking on camera than it really is in person. In person, it looks a lot more furry and a lot more realistic, whereas I know on camera here, it's a little shinier than what I'm seeing in person. But it looks good. It looks really good. And he has the green shirt that I know that the Wolfman had in the movie, and the blue pants, looking awesome. Like, he's got still like the Raphael stuff going on with the bands. You know, he's got his belt, got the elbow pads, the knee pads, and like the ripped shirt going over his oh my god, I can't even think of the freaking word. His shell. It's his shell. In his shell, you can even see the fur. It is so cool. Like the fur goes everywhere, and it looks like the logo from his cane is also on his back there with the star. That's awesome. I'm wondering I don't know what the significance of that is. I gotta watch that movie. I do not know what that is. But loving the way this guy looks. But you know what? While we are here, let's look at some articulation. So let's go back. That's as far as head goes back, and his head goes forward. About that far. So that's decent. And side to side. All right. And then head goes all the way around if you want it to. And then let's look at the shoulders. Shoulders, oh, they are stiff, but they go up about that far. That's about all I can get right now. Maybe they'll go a little further if I loosen them up, but that's what I'm getting. And then they can go all the way around as well, too. A little bit of hinder. Oh, they go about that far because the shell gets in the way. And then you got the double jointed elbows. He can go ahead and pick his own teeth. And then he does have, there's no bicep swivel or anything like that right there. There is swivel, but it's not bicep swivel. And then he does have the movement of the wrist all the way around, and then it goes back about as far as it goes right there. But he does go forward a little bit more. Oh, it is stiff right now. I'm not going to bend that. I'm not going to bend it right now. I might have to warm that up and play with that. It does move forward more than that. Maybe I'll look at this side. Let's see if this one goes any further. It is... Oh, this one moves. There you go. We got some movement there. So there you go. You got a little bit of movement. Not a whole heck of a lot, but good enough, because he does have a collar on his. I don't know if it's not a watch, but it's something. Maybe he had like some chains on or something like that around his wrist, so it does hinder it a little bit. And then his legs will go out about yay far. He does pretty good splits, not bad. And then they go forward about that far, so not too much. And then back about that far. And then the double jointed knees, so he can go up about that far. If you can go further, possibly. I'm not going to fight with it right now. He is a little bit stiff. But that's something you can definitely fix with some hot water or even like a blow dryer or something like that. He does have another joint here as well, because it's definitely like a wolf. So he's got that secondary joint that like dogs do. And then he also has a bit of a rocker here at the bottom, and he has another joint, toe articulation at the bottom here too. So if you want to put him on his tippy toes, you can totally do that as well too. Up and down, there they go. So that is the articulation for Raphael. Next up, we will look at some other figures in this line and kind of see how everything compares. Hey, while I still got you here, go ahead and hit that like, hit that subscribe. Go ahead and leave some comments down below and share this with your friends. I would definitely appreciate it. I am CountryBoyNiner with an underscore in there somewheres. I am on here. I am on some other platforms as well. And I'm also on another channel with my friends called Wasted Opinions. Go ahead and check us out. We have a blast making those videos. We're just three random guys who talk about our opinions and have a lot of fun. Go ahead and check us out. But without further ado, let's get back to Raphael. So I kind of got him with his size in his hand. I got him in two different ways. That one he's kind of holding it the normal way, and then that one he kind of has it poking through his fingers, which makes him look that much cooler, right? He always looks so much cooler when he has him sticking through the fingers like that. I don't know how practical it is, but, you know, it looks cool. And I also got the bear trap on his leg there, you know, just because he's just dragging it along. This guy's, he's seen some stuff and he's been through some stuff. But let's do some comparing while we are here. Throwing in this Raphael Universal Monster, Frankenstein's monster, I should say, from the original version of these guys, and these ones look really good together. I think they look better together than the Leonardo's did. I thought the Leonardo Hunchback was a little more cartoony, whereas I think these ones are kind of both got more of like a Muppety look to them. So I liked the way they look. They look really well together. I think it's a really good level of detail on both these guys. And then I obviously got to throw in this guy, the actual Universal Monster that is inspiring this guy, the Wolfman right here. And so you can see obviously the greens, and I guess he wears brown pants. I thought he wore blue pants, but they went with blue pants with this guy, because I guess maybe the brown would be kind of washed out with the fur and whatnot. So makes sense. The changes made sense. And so yeah, that's kind of the inspiration. Obviously here they didn't want to give him his dog nose, his wolf nose, which totally makes sense as well too. And so then for the last comparison, I thought I'd throw in the Ninja Turtles from the Ninja Turtle movie, 1990 movie. Here is Raphael. And yeah, obviously, they kind of did a blend of these guys mixed with the Universal Monsters. So you kind of see where they were going with those guys. And they do have, you can obviously see the inspiration between like the Jim Henson, I guess you could say, inspiration. Like I said Muppets before, so there you go. That's your Muppet appeal right there from the 1990 movie. But that is going to do it for this comparison and for this video. I am Country Boy, and I put the sass in Sarsaparilla. But as always, be sure to let me know what you figure.